That was the last time Jets receiver David Nelson was here before camp telling us how Geno Smith has improved. And David joins us again right here on the WLNY Sports Update. You were right. You were right. I mean, what could we say? You were absolutely right. You nailed it. I mean, he really has matured.
Yeah.
You like hearing you're right, don't you?
I do. You don't hear that very often, but, you know, I can start coming here more often if that's the case.
Yeah, we're going to start getting your predictions on pretty much everything at this point. But Geno really has matured. I mean, we have finally started to see the guy that we expected to see last year, haven't we?
Yeah, you know, and then there was just so much going on last year, you know, and then a lot of it, you know, I'm not here to make excuses for him, but just so many different pieces moving in and out. You know, you had guys getting injured. You know, he had to learn a whole new system. There was just a lot going on with him last year, and so, you know, this year the front office did a great job of adding some key pieces, some consistent pieces, some big playmakers, and for the biggest thing for us is just helping him out, doing a better job surrounding him with, you know, consistency, with accountability, so that he can just focus on what he needs to do and not worry about where all these guys are flying around. And so, you know, you're seeing a guy was playing with some high confidence, and I'm excited to see what we can do a week from today.
Well, we're seeing that progress. We saw that in the preseason. Listen, the defense gets all of the attention. The offense is kind of flying under the radar here.
Yeah.
You kind of embrace that a little, though?
You know, we do. And I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, since Rex has been the head coach here, this has been a defensive, the identity of our team has been defense. And you're rightfully so. I mean, we got some incredible playmakers, and they got to the AFC Championship for 2 years in a row because of the defense, and you know, so the history of this team has always been that tough playmaking or tough defensive mentality, and so you know, we've been riding that. But you know, right now, I think we have the guys that we've been that we can make a successful run on offense, and I'm really excited about the momentum that we had at the end of the year last year, and like I said, adding some key components to our offense this year, and really taking it to the next level. And so hopefully, you know, at the end of this year, we'll be known as a three-dimensional team.
Right. Not just a tough defense, but a tough offense as well.
Exactly.
This has been a tough weekend, though, obviously, because of all the roster cuts. And one of the big names that was cut this weekend, Stephen Hill, whose agent went on record and said that Stephen didn't have a chance with the Jets' offense. Is that offensive when you hear something like that? I mean, does a player need to take maybe a little bit more accountability for what happened?
You know, first of all, I usually don't put any substance to agents when they come out.
Okay, there's not a whole lot of weight in
there. So
there.
I know Stephen very well, and I've gotten a chance to really get to know him as a person and as a football player, and have tremendous respect for him. And he's the kind of guy who's worked extremely hard. And you know, I think this situation, you know, hopefully he uses it as a situation to better himself as a player and as a person, and you know, come out and I think sometimes guys just need a fresh start and just needs a chance to go somewhere and start anew and just start from the beginning. And because he's a guy that has tremendous talent, I truly believe that he can be the player that the Jets drafted him to be, and you know, I think the best football that he still has is yet to come.
It seems like the guy that could help him out the most would have been a guy like you, a guy with great hands that runs precise routes. How many insights could you give this guy in this preseason?
You know, I tried to. I'm not one of those guys that tries to overbear and tries to come in and just bark orders and tries to give guys instructions, especially whenever guys aren't receptive to it. And I'm not saying Stephen was that way, but for me, I try to, you know, be there for the guys. I'll let them know, like, hey, if you ever have any questions or concerns or you want any advice, you know, I'm here for you. And I try to always let them know that my door is open. And you know, Stephen and I have developed a great relationship. You know, even though we were competing in camp, I was encouraging him, he was encouraging me, and you know, I tried my best to give him any kind of advice that he, you know, sought after. And you know, he's, like I said, I saw a huge jump in him from last year to this year, and I still think that he's going to be an incredible football player, and I'm excited to see what he can do whenever he gets the opportunity.
I'm interested to find out what it's like in the wide receiver meeting rooms, because we always hear about the quarterback competition. I would venture to say that there's probably wide receiver competition as well amongst you guys, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean,
fun-loving.
Exactly, and it's one of those situations where you come into the season. I think, you know, the only guys that were really guaranteed a spot coming into the training camp were Decker and Curley, and you know, so myself and Steven and a few other guys were all competing for those 3, 4, 5 spots. And you know, it was just a situation where it's a weird balance, because you're competing with each other, but you're also trying to develop that chemistry and develop that bond with each other, because you know you have a long season. And so it's an interesting dynamic, but at the same time, you know, I think we handled it really well this year. It was the best chemistry I've ever seen within a position group with guys who were competing, with so much questions up in the air and so much turmoil going out in the media or whatever it may be. Guys handled it really well, and even though they were competing with each other, they were still encouraging and motivating each other.
Last time you were on, you were talking about the IME.org, your IME Foundation. Great first event, by the way. It was outstanding.
We had fun, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think you got your picture taken with more than Eric Decker. Amazingly. There were more pictures taken with you than with Eric Decker.
Well,
You should get like a gold star for
I'm
that.
I'm single, so I think
okay,
that maybe had a lot to do with it.
There you go. But what you're working with right now is the Sudden Change Challenge. People can go online at suddenchangechallenge.com. Tell us a little about that. It's a little fantasy football style, right?
Yeah, I like to call it fantasy football for philanthropists. You know, it's a situation where people can combine their hearts for giving and to help others, and also combine their love for football. And you know, obviously, my following is majority football fans, and so we wanted to figure out a way to get people who, you know, followed me and enjoyed the game of football, and we see the huge following with fantasy football, so we want to combine that in a way. And so what it is simple: is people can go on, they can log on to the website, and they can pledge, you know, $1, $2, $3 to a big play for their favorite team. You know, the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills won it last year overall. And so it's just a way for them to go on there and you pledge to a big play, whether it be a rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, sack, interception, whatever it is. And what's fun about it is that it's a competition between teams. So 32 teams are all competing.
So it's like the Jets versus the Bills. It's fans of the Jets versus fans of the Bills. You can donate like $25 every touchation David Nelson catches this year.
Exactly right.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, and then money all goes to take care of what we're doing in Haiti, and it benefits the kids and the orphans in Haiti.
Yeah. All right, some quick hitters for you here. Are you ready for some of these questions? You're a little bit off the wall.
Let's do it.
So we'll start things off with, what celebrity do you have to get a selfie with?
Oh, celebrity I have to get a selfie with. Okay. Oh, got to be Michael Jordan. I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan.
So it's got to be Jordan, though.
It's got to be MJ.
Oh, okay. All right. What Fashion Week is this next week? Which Jet is most likely to be sitting on the front row?
Decker.
Of course. Who needs a fashion makeover for the Jets?
Oh gosh, Gino.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say Gino.
Final one here. Would you rather be rocking Sheldon Richardson's beard or Chris Johnson's hair?
I couldn't do the hair. As you can see, I'm a clean-cut guy.
All right.
I can't grow a beard. I don't have any facial hair, so I think it might be nice to try out a beard for once.
Okay, I think that would be very good. David Nelson, always good to have you on, man.
Pleasure,
Thanks
man.
so
Thanks
much
for
for joining
me.
us. Appreciate it.